Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show on this Friday, the June 16th, 2023. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to have you guys here. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the banking crisis is not over. Not by a long shot. What's going to happen is commercial real estate. You guys all know what happened during the COVID crisis. You know how people started working from home and stuff, and buildings are going empty and everything. Now, what's going to come around real soon is there's a $1.5 trillion of commercial property debt that will be due for a reassessment. The reassessment is a refinancing of these properties and stuff, and this is coming around pretty soon. I guess within the next 18 months. And they're going to reevaluate everything and refinancing issues. It's going to be, it says Fitch Rating Agency projected that approximately 1/3 of commercial mortgages coming due between April and December this year will be unable to refinance given the current interest rates and rental income. This big. This is over $1 trillion coming around pretty soon. And this is gonna be something that's gonna be really big that's coming. Now, in other news I want to talk about here is, where is it? The chairmen of the Joint Chiefs of Staff was speaking about NATO headquarters in Brussels. They're talking about a difficult counteroffensive as Putin deploys Chechens at the border. And difficult in parentheses. So it's going to be a very difficult situation. This war has been dragging on and on and on. Now, what I want to say about this is wars generally always, in the end, they have an outcome. Sometimes it takes a long time. This is dragging on a long time, but generally they have an outcome. What is the outcome? Well, generally one side or the other starts to win. Have we really thought this through? Because the outcome, not so much what's happening right now with a basically almost like a war of attrition, where both sides are just fighting against one another and just back and forth. One counteroffensive leads to another counteroffensive. Sooner or later, there's going to be an outcome. And this is what really concerns me, is the outcome. Now, what if the Ukrainians win? What then? Will they stop at the Russian border if Russia is very weak at that particular point in time? And what if the opposite holds true? What if Russia wins? What's going to be the outcome? Will they want to advance into Poland? Will they want to advance into Moldova? And what would happen with NATO at that point? And if the opposite's true, what would happen with Russia if Ukraine moves into actual Russian territory? Now, these are things that we don't consider because we're looking at the here and now with this war has been going on and on and on. But sooner or later, there's going to be some sort of an outcome that needs to be considered. How do we end this war peacefully is what I'm getting at, without it spreading into World War III. It's a very big worry. Now we got Lukashenko. Russia could put intercontinental ballistic missiles in Lukashenko's country if necessary. And they're talking about that right now. They're already putting nuclear missiles in Belarus under the control of Lukashenko. Very dangerous situation because Lukashenko's already expressed his opinions. He says that he will, to protect his country, you don't fool around with Lukashenko. I can tell you, he's already said nobody's going to attack his country. And he's becoming a nuclear armed country now, very quickly at this point. It says Lukashenko warns against possible strikes on Belarus. Right here. Belarusian President Lukashenko warned Ukraine against a possible strike on Belarus as he hosted a meeting on security. Let me see. What did he say? He says, if only they touch a single meter of our territory with their dirty hands, he says. Okay? If they touch a single meter of Belarusian territory, Lukashenko, he's warned them. And he's right on the border of the war. Now, accidents can happen. We know a few months back, a bomb fell from Ukraine into Polish territory and killed 2 people. And it created quite a stir. So, I mean, accidents happen in war because it can have, things can happen. A jet can fall out of the air or whatever, you know, run out of fuel and fall into enemy territory or fall into territory where they didn't want it to go and blow up or something like that. Or, you know, I mean, they fly around at high speed maneuvers in the sky and you got 2 opposing forces. I mean, what could go wrong? Just saying, you know. But now Lukashenko's getting these weapons. He's getting the first ones delivered. And they're 3 times as powerful as Hiroshima. And he's very proud of that. And Russians are delivering these bombs in. 3 times as powerful as Hiroshima and Nagasaki that were dropped on Japan in World War II. They're 3 times that powerful. But those are the little ones. Those are the babies. And now they're talking about hosting the bigger ones maybe later. We'll see. Bill Gates now. He's going to visit old friends. It says China's Xi wants to greet an old friend, Bill Gates. So here it shows Bill Gates, the leader of China. Here Bill Gates sitting with the Chinese leader, and they look very happy, and they're big smiles all the way around, and Bill Gates looks very comfy, and so does the leader of China. Good friends. Now, what we're taking a look at here is the silver price today. It's up 16 cents on the day so far, 24.04 for silver. And let me see. This looks good. It looks very good. It looks like it's holding stable at 16 cents up. Gold today. Gold is up 20 cents at 19.58 today for gold. Now we're going to look at cryptocurrencies. Cryptos hasn't been doing very good the last few days, but it has stabilized from yesterday. Bitcoin is at 25,572 and Ethereum is at 1,668. And now we're going to take a look at the Dow Jones, which is up big right now. The Dow Jones, when I consider what's been happening lately here, I would call it a rally. The rally began, the new rally began right, stop there, okay. And that's where the new rally began. You can see it right here. It's progressed up to 34,408 so far. So the Dow Jones is rallying. How long will this last, and maybe it precipitates a fall? We will have to wait and see. As far as crude oil is concerned, it's at 71.11 for crude oil, and it's up 50 cents, 49 cents today. And taking a look at bonds and rates today, and bond yields are going up today. We're looking at the 10-year, it's up 3.9 basis points at 3.76, and the U.S. 30-year is at 3.8. It's up 1.2 basis points. Now, if you notice something here, notice the short end of the yield curve. Look, you can get 5.8 5.32% on a 4-month, 5.23 on a 3-month, and even on a 2-month you can get 5.2%. You ever wonder, this is called a yield curve inversion, but look at the long end. You go at the long end, the 10-year. The 10-year is only 3.7, and it's lower than most all of them, is the 10-year. The 10-year is one of the lowest yields of any out there. 3.7, I think it is the lowest yield of any. It's the 10-year. Why? Why is the 10-year yield so low compared to all the other yields? Look, all the other yields, if you go in the short end, it's all over 5%. And even on the long end, everything here is in the 4% and stuff, right? Until you come down to the 10-year, 3.7%. Why is the 10-year so low? Because this is what debt's priced on. And they don't want to crack the housing market to pieces. They don't want to crack all the debt market to pieces. They're keeping the yields low. This created an inversion. This whole yield curve, as far as I'm concerned right now, is all controlled by the Fed. I believe they're already doing yield curve control, or controlling the yield curve here. To keep the 10-year especially, I think, is under control. It's the lowest of all of them for 10 years out. I think they're artificially keeping it down. Wow. As low as they can. They've been raising the short-term rate, the overnight rate, and now they've halted. They're on pause because they know that they've created a calamity that's coming very soon in the debt market and in the entire economy. It's just yet to unfold, and it's been holding back, but it's going to unfold very shortly. Okay, taking a look at the U.S. dollar index right now is at 102.22, and the dollar's going along sideways today. Even though it's perked up there in the last hour or so, it's going along sideways today. Thank you guys for listening to my show. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode, and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.